Yo, YouTube, what's up? What's up? Your boy showing his face again. Now let me stop. So what's going on with y'all, man? Let me just make this shit short and sweet, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. it- You know, the regular mainstream media, man, it's all about propaganda, man. So I'm going really just to code what the fuck they got talking about, what they not talking about. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to push the propaganda. I'm just trying to push the real truth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so okay, so let's get into this right here. They're talking about the state California is like one of the most highest flu amongst the flu and all that. When it's the most hottest, it's weird how it's still kind of hot out here. You got 70-degree days, and this is they're talking about it's the highest amongst the flu. So you mean to tell me this heat's not killing? It's not neutralizing. It's not killing it. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. We got to stop, cut the shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to check it out. Sorry about that, man. So what's good with y'all, man? I'm over here, man, just holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to see what's good, trying to decode this bullshit that we got going on. All right, so what do y'all think, man? I'm just like it's really confusing, and well, even though we probably got we're gonna have a couple people on here, man. So from California, right? I mean, we got like I said, we have 75. Today was 78 degrees. I mean, I don't understand. So look, all right, let me send this out real quick. Let me act yeah, man. So trying to send this out, let certain people don't learn this motherfucker, man. So I mean, I don't know. You just think this shit is fucking crazy if you think about it. Hold on. Yeah, man. NBA Live Night 95 over here. So I mean, what would make me, really believe, besides the mainstream media telling me that this is a high case? I mean, this state has one of the highest cases in the country. I don't know. So because I just can't believe it. I just can't, rush to judgment and believe something that these people are putting out because that's their job to propagandize the public. You see what I'm saying? Is that a real word? Propagandize the public. So so what we talking about here? We talking about, we basically talking about them trying to, say that this is a high. I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I mean, anybody that's like getting sick from the flu like that right now. But see, this is the time. I mean, it sounds like advertisement to me. It sounds like they're pushing the flu shot. They're pushing some kind of vaccines or something like that because this is that season anyway. Oh, it's a high flu number. Oh, it's one of the highest case states and all this shit. Okay, but this is the season time, right? Isn't this flu season? So I mean, I don't know, so they could just like hit you and bombard you with these things that are gonna scare you and they're gonna put your mind at fear and then release some kind of dopamine and stuff like that. But I mean, I just gotta like, analyze, not over analyze, but analyze stuff a couple times because I just can't, just fathom the fact that it's what they say goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? Hold up, hold up, yo. Yeah, man. So what y'all think? Hold on. How do you get this shit off? All right, so I don't know. I'm just like tripping off this whole thing. So okay, so I'm gonna share the screen real quick. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see what's really good with this whole factor. And I got some other things to report on, a couple other things before to report on before I leave. So let me see, man. Let me go on YouTube real quick. So I mean, how are they keeping count? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. So this is look. Wow, look. So let me play something real quick for y'all. So this is 3 years ago. Okay, so this is we're gonna fair use 1976 under section 107. This basically gives me allowance to report on the story for future purposes, educational purposes, and criticism. All right, so this is from 5 years ago. A lot of these stories were old. It makes you think though, they were pushing these same stories 5 years ago. My bad. Hold up. Let me share the screen real quick. Damn. They've been why they always gotta say that California, why do they always gotta push this on California? Let's go.
Outbreak in California.
It's one of the biggest
I would
states.
say the worst flu season that I've seen.
So far, the state says 27 people under the age of 65 have died this flu season. It was just 4 people last year. And here is the breakdown locally. 3 deaths in Stanislaus County. San Joaquin and Yolo County have had 2 flu-related deaths each. Placer County reported a deadly case of the flu on the week of Christmas. And within the last week, Solano County lost a person to the flu. Sacramento has had 2 flu-related deaths this season, but they also say they have 13 people in intensive care tonight. To make things worse, the season started earlier than usual and still has at least 2 more months to go. Of those who have died, 70% were not vaccinated, and doctors say it's not too late to get the shot.
Many people choose not to get vaccinated because there are many myths regarding the vaccine. And one is that people say, I get the flu from the flu vaccine. That is impossible to get flu from the flu vaccine. All the flu vaccines that are used currently are inactivated or killed vaccines. So they don't come back to life and cause influenza.
Okay, I want you to take a look at this map. It shows flu activity levels. The red means high. Now, starting in December, it shows the high levels taking over different states, and California is among many states in the red. For those suffering from the flu, it is miserable and can be downright dangerous. As ABC 10's Kurt Rivera reports, hospital rooms are filling up fast.
64-year-old Alice Nunez rang in the new year with symptoms nobody wants.
I started getting chills and cold.
That was December 28th and still can't shake the flu. The Stockton School District Police Secretary, off work a week, says she couldn't afford to take off more.
Have you had the flu before?
Not that I remember.
So just how bad is it becoming here in Stockton?
How you not remember if you had the flu or not, man? That don't even make no sense, man. What up? What up? What up? This is like 5 years ago. See, this is the thing. I'm playing something back from 5 years ago just to show y'all it's the same agenda. Shaq, what up? What up? The same agenda, man. It's the same shit. You know
Mic check, mic check.
Oh yeah, you sound straight. But so
What up, what up?
man, just chilling, man. Just so I'm going in on this flu thing, California thing, but I just like stumbled upon this old video from 5 years ago, and it's like they playing this old video talking about California is one of the highest cases back in 5 years ago. So it's like it seems like there's something going on with this. Something like it's a little agenda or play, you know what I mean? And it seems like it's just like, okay, I kind of see what they're talking about. And this is when they were when the Rona, all that was going on, like 5 years, you know what I mean? So or 4 years ago, something like that. But this is around the time when that was going on. So they were saying that people refusing to take it or take jabs and stuff like that, and you would be better at risk, fighting off the flu and all this. But I thought that was a different jab for the flu, though. What do you mean? Like, I don't know, man. And I just think, and then he was like, oh, there was speculations of people saying that, people saying that, that the what's his name has, the vaccine got the virus in it. And he was like, that's not true. This doctor, whoever this guy was. So I'm just like, just tripping off the fact that this is old, and it's just like they pushing the same narrative. You see what I'm saying? This is an old video right here, and it's just like, it's just really interesting. Why and this is 90. We got like 80-degree weather still out here. It's not it rained
Right.
last month, like,
But
2 days.
like I said, I don't know if it's something that's in the air or just something normal around this time of year. Where, because I told you yesterday, man, I was down and out. It started with my throat, and it moved up to my head and my nose, respiratory. So I don't know if it's something they spraying, man, or it's just something natural, from the change of the season. certain areas and regions. You know what I'm saying? You naturally get a natural cold from
Oh shit.
different change of climate. You know, so, I don't know. Could be a mixture of both. You know me, I'm always inept to believe that multiple things just the one, right? So
Damn, my bad. We just had a little earthquake out here, man. My bad. Damn. That shit's crazy, man. That shit shook me up a little bit. What the fuck? Damn. That shit felt like at least like a 5 or something, bro. Damn. Damn, man, that shit.
oh, you
See,
had an
that shit
earthquake
sound like
today?
yeah, right now, man. That's why I was just looking crazy right now. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, word. Really?
Yeah, man. It's like that's one thing I don't like about living out here, man. These fucking earthquakes, man. At least you know when the
Wow.
storm. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that shit felt like a 5 or something, dude. At least like a 5 or something.
Wow.
Damn, that shit, man. Right on live and shit. That shit crazy.
Mm.
Mm. But yes, I know there's gonna be an aftershock and all the whole bullshit. But anyway, we'll get that shit in right now. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, after this, we talk about this. We're gonna look up that earthquake real quick, man. Damn. All right, so now I'm talking about California weather and shit. We have a motherfucking earthquake. What a coincidence and shit. So fucking it's crazy. All right, so yeah, man, fucking but yeah, this shit is crazy, man. I'm just really tripping off the fact that you know what I'm saying? It could be chemtrails, man. You know what I'm saying? But see, my thing is, you know, they're talking about the flu, but this is like I just said earlier. This is the time for the flu. I don't understand. I don't. Oh, there's a high flu rate. Well, isn't this the time for the flu? I don't know. I don't, man. What are y'all talking about over here? And then two, you know, they summon it down to certain states and shit. And it's just like, but like you said, man, they spraying it. They spraying it. They spraying the shit. Obviously, they're spraying the shit everywhere. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Shaq? That's how I look at it. But I mean, there has been some people at the job, and you know, that was telling me that they were sick and shit like that. But and see, the thing is, man, I can't say too much on here, man. You know what I'm saying? But you already know what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? And what I think certain other things are really low key are the flu. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think the flu is just and is a really or they call it influenza that influenza is the main source for a lot of other diseases. Like as far as colds, you know what I'm saying? My bad, cold. You know, I can't say too much. You know what I mean to say what the flu really is. You know, that's you know what I'm saying.
So you think they perfected it, putting it in the air, in the food, and in the water, right?
Man,
Almost like
something, man.
almost like a time release, like where they know, hey, if they put so much in there, they know people can eventually start getting the flu. I mean, getting the head cold, stomach cold, stomach bug. You know,
Right.
they got it down to the science like that, man. Remember that? Remember what Dick Gregory said? Remember back in the day, he was talking about. Remember them planes used to be disappearing and crashing, allegedly disappeared and crashed. Malaysia,
missing
remember that Malaysia?
Malay, man.
Man, he said that they had came up with some like a LGBT bomb. They would drop their mug, going to a stadium and drop their mug in the stadium, and everybody turned it. Everybody turned their way.
I heard about that.
To the Skittles crew.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. I ain't even trying to be funny. I'm not. All of a sudden, it's like bigger now. It's like, why all of a sudden, like more people? That's just weird.
Yeah. So yeah, you can finish playing the video. I'm just tapping in, man. I'm sit back for a little bit, back to the corner store until I go back to the house.
Well, St. Joseph's Hospital is seeing up to 3 times more cases of people with the flu than they did at this time last year.
In addition to the normal high volume that we see, we have definitely been feeling the stress and strain of the influenza this season.
Anitra Williams is director of nursing at St. Joseph's Hospital. She says heading to the ER with the flu is not always the right thing to do.
Just because you have flu-like symptoms doesn't mean that you need to come to your emergency room. Definitely, if you've been feeling ill for a couple of days, you should seek care. You should go to the physician, your primary care physician, and just, be looked at or examined.
How to avoid the flu? Health officials encourage getting a flu shot, limiting contact with others who are sick, washing your hands often with soap and water, and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth.
Why should you
As
have
for
to tell
Alice Nunez, she had not
Why
seen.
should you have to tell people to wash their hands, dude? Cause I be at work, man. Motherfuckers, these nasty motherfuckers and shit coming in out that motherfucker. They be on the, what I'm saying, shit are all fucking. These nasty motherfuckers. So some of these motherfuckers leave the damn bathroom, man. They don't wash their hands. I'd be like, whoa, okay. Wow. That's how we doing it. So I mean, I can see why these kids are the way they are, dude. Because like, look at the parents and shit. Look at these adults. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But why should you have to tell grown ass motherfuckers to wash their hands? I don't know.
A doctor, but set an appointment. Regarding a flu shot, she says she never believed in them. But now.
So would you recommend a flu shot to someone else who hasn't gotten it?
Maybe.
In Stockton, Kurt Rivera, ABC 10 News.
Why she say maybe, right? I don't know, man. All right, so let me see. She said maybe. So I don't know, man. Her little interview sounded kind of. All right, so okay, here we go again. Another one. Boom. Another one.
We're giving away free.
Shaq, I'm just trying to. Some just don't make no sense. I mean, I'm not saying cats aren't getting sick and getting high volumes of the flu and stuff like that, and people at the job and shit. There's some nasty motherfuckers at the job anyway. But but the thing is, why does it keep? It's the same narrative. This is 3 years ago. This is a 3-year-old video I'm about to play. The other one was a 4-year-old, whatever. Now this is a 3-year-old. Why do they keep saying the same thing year after year about California and the hot? So something don't make no sense to me. I don't know. It just, like with the crisis actor thing, I don't know, with the mass shooter and all that stuff. It's really ridiculous. So, I don't know, man. Hold up.
Donald Trump gold bars. Folks, we're doing a special Black Friday sale.
County has already seen 1 flu-related death this season, and local health officials are reminding you to take precautions. 23 ABC's Imani Stevens has more on the possible repercussions of not washing your hands properly.
As temperatures feel a bit cooler.
And then they just say, I guess 3 years ago, around, I don't know specifically, what I'm saying, what date what month that's in, but it's in December, man. You know what I'm saying? My birthday coming up, by the way, you know what I'm saying? But so this has been a hot December, man. This has been a hot December. It's been a hot November. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I just don't see this, oh man, there's flu and it's big in numbers. Like, why am I seeing this in all these different years on this video and these videos I'm playing? It's the same. It's just weird to me. So you mean to tell me all these different years you had those were the highest years that has been in the flu? So next year is it going to be the same thing? The high is 2024 going to be the high? I don't know, man. Dude, these people, it's just propaganda. It's legal, so you're going to get a lot of it. All right. So I don't know.
And you may have a cough, headache, or sore throat, and you may think that it's just a common cold. But that may not be the case. Michelle Corson with the Kern County Public Health says this is peak season for the flu, affecting children more than adults this year.
Our most vulnerable are our young children that are 6 months of age and younger that can't get vaccinated.
Corson recommends those who are older to receive the vaccine. There are 4 types of flu viruses, but this year the CDC is reporting about double the amount of child deaths associated with the B strain virus.
The A strain can be passed not just among humans, but animals and humans. But the B strain is only transferred between humans.
I spoke with a local infectious disease nurse who showed us the impact of not washing your hands properly.
So on this entire cuticle.
True. But at the same time, how do they know that this is getting passed around just by motherfuckers not washing their hands? I guess that's what we have the scientists for. We pay them the big money for, right? We pay them motherfuckers. They answer the questions, right? They get to the bottom of this type of shit. So okay, so right, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to what they're saying, you know, but at the same time, I just don't really think that they could just determine that all this is not from motherfuckers not washing their hands. So let me see the rest of this video and then we're gonna I want to see what's up with that damn earthquake. That shit was burned.
What it means, you're missing the cuticle beds. And if you flip over, you'll also see that underneath the nail itself, it's also glowing, which means those are areas you missed as well.
According to Public Health, bacteria can live on a surface for up to 24 hours.
You touch that surface and then you touch your face, you can have the virus. It's highly contagious.
And if your child is showing flu symptoms, such as a sore throat, cough, fever, or feeling fatigue, a local pharmacist recommends to have your child seen at their pediatrician office or urgent care.
To prevent the flu is to get the flu shot. So if it still isn't too late to get the flu shot, so you can go see your doctor's office. Many pharmacies also offer flu shots, so that is the best way.
Okay, what we have here is a Dell XPS 7390.
What the hell is this? All right. All right, we ain't gonna play the world renowned right now. Okay, hold on. Let's see. So I mean, so it's all right. So let me play the one from 2023, man, from this year, right? So let's go. Once again, you get same scenario.
California health officials say those respiratory
scenario.
infections are on the rise. This does include COVID, RSV, and the flu. KTVU South Bay reporter LaMonica Peters live tonight in San Jose with more on those rising rates. LaMonica.
Mike, the numbers are not as high as they have been over the last 3 to 4 years, but health officials say the cases are continuing to rise, and people need to remember that these viruses are still out there.
The difference between now and 4 years ago is another respiratory virus has joined the mix of influenza, RSV, and now COVID.
According to the California Department of Public Health, respiratory infections are trending up, with a 4.8% increase in hospital admissions for COVID-19 in the last week. At the same time, hospital admissions for flu cases have risen 18.8%.
Of all three of those infections, the flu actually is the one that I'm looking at the most. COVID has started to rise, but it's really been influenza that's had the uptick in the last 2 weeks.
Dr. Gandhi says cases of RSV or respiratory syncytial virus have also been detected, but so far not as much as it was last year. She says older people tend to be more at risk for being infected.
This year is very unique. We have an RSV vaccine for people who are 60 years and older. That's incredibly important that we've never had that before.
Nationally, Dr. Gandhi says about 50,000 people die from influenza infections each year, and now COVID-19 has reached that same milestone.
So unfortunately, it's likely true that COVID is joining influenza to cause that number of deaths a year. But it is mostly in older people, and our rate of COVID booster vaccination is about 7% across the board and only 14% in older people.
Now, health officials are recommending that people over the age of 65 get vaccinated for COVID-19 as well as the flu because they are most likely to be infected and most likely to have the most severe symptoms if they are infected. Mike?
LaMonica Peters live tonight in San Jose. LaMonica, thank you.
Hold on.
Thank you, Rachel.
Another illness outbreak in China is sparking fears of a new pandemic threat.
A mysterious pneumonia is affecting children, and the World Health Organization wants more information about it. So let's bring infectious disease expert Dr. Amish Adalja with the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So there were concerns that this mystery illness that popped up, it seemed like it popped up a few weeks ago, that it's actually made its way to the U.S. already. We've got 2 states reporting a large uptick in pediatric pneumonia cases. We want to know, are those cases linked, and what's sickening the children over in China?
No, they're not really linked. You have to remember, we're in the middle of respiratory infection season, and we've got influenza, RSV, COVID, and all these bacterial pathogens circulating. And we every year we see this uptick in cases of pediatric pneumonia at this time. And when you look at the states that are reporting, Massachusetts, this seems to be something that was a little bit misinterpreted, and the State Department of Health there is saying that they're not seeing anything out of the ordinary in the number of pediatric pneumonia cases. Yes, they have them, but they're not above what would be expected. There is one county in Ohio that has a cluster there that seems to be higher than reported, but the whole state of Ohio doesn't seem to be in any kind of stress from pediatric pneumonia, though they were occurring. And what's happening in China is a little bit different. This is sort of what happened to us last year when we had people that had prolonged social distancing starting to interact again, and all the usual pathogens, all those respiratory viruses, including flu, COVID, RSV, adenovirus, bacterial infections like mycoplasma, all increased. And that's happening in China now, like it happened to us 1 year ago. But these are all usual pathogens. They're not, and there's nothing new there. And I think China has been fairly transparent with this, and the WHO has been forceful with them. And I think this is something that's reassuring, because we worry anytime there's a cluster of pneumonia cases that are unexplained for any period of time.
Sure. So what would be your advice to Americans right now? Because there were requests for the president to ban travel to China again.
Those types of requests are mostly political in nature. They're not anything that are justified by any epidemiological factor. This is something that politicians do anytime there's any outbreak. They call for travel bans, which are completely ineffectual. You can remember President Trump's travel bans or President Biden's travel bans over Omicron did nothing to stop COVID-19. But these aren't even justified, because these are usual types of pathogens, nothing that we don't have anywhere. It's just China's going through this just like we did last year. What I would recommend is that this is respiratory virus season. Stay home if you're sick. If you're high risk, think about wearing a mask when you're in a crowded, congregated place. If you're high risk, also make sure your COVID-19 vaccine is up to date. Everybody should be getting flu vaccines. And if you're above 60, you should be getting an RSV vaccine as well. So there's a lot of tools that we have here. This isn't anything to me that's extraordinary. We've been through a pandemic, so people are startled anytime we hear about respiratory infections, but I think this is kind of par for the course and the norm.
Well, let's talk more about the RSV vaccine that was newly approved for younger children, right, and babies?
No, but the babies, to protect babies, you have to vaccinate pregnant women. There is a vaccine available for that. And there's a monoclonal antibody that you can give children as well, which is somewhat in scarce supply, but there's not a specific vaccine for RSV for babies.
Well, but if it's for grown adults, why can't you use it for babies? But look, okay, check this out. My thing is, how do you how the heck is this? For one, it's just like, how long was this tested for, man? My bad. Shit. For two, it's just like, why are they? I mean, it just seems like it's just like a lot of advertisement going on. That's what it seemed like to me, Shaq. I don't know. and then they you know, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of, you know, they talk. See, it's funny because they're talking about the babies and then they're talking about you know, older people. So it's just really interesting how they're talking about those two groups of people right now. And this, if you notice that, and they talk about high risk and this and that. I don't know, Shaq. What do you think about? I mean, now all of a sudden there's a new type of pneumonia in China. I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. It just seems like the same type of things over and over again to me. I don't know, maybe, you know what I mean? It's just like the same kind of scenarios being carried out, you know, over and over again. It just seems like the same old kind of like, but just changed a little bit. The narratives switched and shifted a little bit. I don't know. What you think? Did you peep that, Shaq? Yo. Yo.
Yeah, what you say, Frank?
And you left all of like.
Did you peep the little video I played and shit? Yo. Shaq.
You said, did I peep the video?
Yeah, I just played and shit about the they got some type of what's the name in China. They're talking about a new type of pneumonia.
Now, when did that come out?
That's what I'm saying. Let me play this back, all right?
Mm-hmm.
It just seems, you feel me? It just, I don't know. Let's just play this back.
That it's actually made its way to the U.S. already. We've got 2 states reporting a large uptick in pediatric pneumonia cases. We want to know, are those cases linked? And so let's bring infectious disease expert Dr.
Fears of a new pandemic threat.
A mysterious pneumonia is affecting children, and the World Health Organization wants more information about it. So let's bring infectious disease expert Dr. Amish Adalja with the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So there were concerns that this mystery illness that popped up, it seemed like it popped up a few weeks ago, that it's actually made its way to the U.S. already. We've got 2 states reporting a large uptick in pediatric pneumonia cases. We want to know, are those cases linked, and what's sickening the children over in China?
No, they're not really linked. You have to remember, we're in the middle of respiratory infection season, and we've got influenza, RSV, COVID, and all these bacterial pathogens circulating.
But why even link them together, though? Why even, if they're not linked, right? Why even mention, you know what I'm saying? Why the reporter even do that then? I don't know. Let's keep on.
And we every year we see this uptick in cases of pediatric pneumonia at this time. And when you look at the states that are reporting, Massachusetts, this seems to be something that was a little bit misinterpreted, and the State Department of Health there is saying that they're not seeing anything out of the ordinary in the number of pediatric pneumonia cases. Yes, they have them, but they're not above what would be expected. There is one county in Ohio that has a cluster there that seems to be higher than reported, but the whole state of Ohio doesn't seem to be in any kind of stress from pediatric pneumonia, though they are occurring. And what's happening in China is a little bit different. This is sort of what happened to us last year when we had people that had prolonged social distancing starting to interact again, and all the usual pathogens, all those respiratory viruses, including flu, COVID, RSV, adenovirus, bacterial infections like mycoplasma, all increased. And that's happening in China now, like it happened to us 1 year ago. But these are all usual pathogens. They're not, and there's nothing new there. And I think China has been fairly transparent with this, and the WHO has been forceful with them. And I think this is something that's reassuring, because we worry anytime there's a cluster of pneumonia cases that are unexplained for any period of time.
Sure. So what would be your advice to Americans right now? Because there were requests for the president to ban travel to China again.
Those types of requests are mostly political in nature. They're not anything that are justified by any epidemiological factor. This is something that politicians do anytime there's any outbreak. They call for travel bans, which are completely ineffectual. You can remember President Trump's travel bans or President Biden's travel bans over Omicron did nothing to stop COVID-19. But these aren't even justified, because these are usual types of pathogens, nothing that we don't have anywhere. It's just China's going through this just like we did last year. What I would recommend is that this is respiratory virus season. Stay home if you're sick. If you're high.
Why even report and hype this up? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Shaq, man. What you think, man? Why even do all that? You know what I'm saying? My thing is, when exactly did this come out? You know what I'm saying? See how they can give you no kind of date and time specifically that they said this came out. You notice that?
Fear mongering, baby.
What'd you say?
Fear mongering.
Exactly. Exactly. Come on. Yep. So here we go again with, you know what I mean? And then they're trying to say it came from China, and then you know it, and then we spotted it later on, and but see, he's saying all that, but then he's like, oh, you know, well, there's nothing to worry about in a way. Why you report it to him? I mean, there's so many. Here you go. Your body has disease, has viruses.
Keep your body clean, huh?
Right? Isn't there good
What I
viruses?
said.
Right? I mean, come on.
Hey, hey, that just hit him. That just came up in my mind, yo. The juvenile. You keep your body clean, huh?
Burn.
Hey,
So goofy for doing that.
yeah, man. Got to take my stuff, man. Got to get my elderberry, man. This is the time people need to start getting their elderberry, they burdock root, the dandelion root. I'm talking about the real root, not these tea bags, not the real. Try to get you the real herbs. You know what I'm saying? And make your own tea and stuff out of it.
Gotcha.
You know, we got a zinc. We got to lock this immune system down, yo. Turmeric, you know, all of oregano. That's a heavy hitter there. That all oregano is a heavy hitter there, boy. That's a heavy hitter, Frank. Tell you.
Oh yeah.
Magnesium.
Magnesium,
You know?
yeah. Chlorella, spirulina, and all that.
Yeah. Because see, those things are going to keep. It's going to manage. See, if you're taking most of those stuff like that, man, you don't have to go to the doctor. Like she said, most flu don't come to the what's now need for you to come to the hospital.
That's what homegirl said. The doctor.
Because they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing but send you home anyway. Because it ain't nothing they can do. It's got to run out of you. It's got to run through you. And all they gonna do is give you some antibiotics. But the antibiotics ain't gonna do nothing for real, because it's still gonna have to run out of you first, run through you. You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah, she talking about taking the jab. You really honestly think somebody is gonna take a jab if they allegedly got a respiratory or a bug?
That ain't make sense, dude. Why would you?
That's stupid. You got a head cold, or you got some type of respiratory infection, or you got some with your gut. You may be, stomach flu or
How'd you take that?
poison or something. You know how people get, food poison or something. That shit got to run its way through first before you take anything. But hey.
That was weird. YouTube just did that, huh?
Oh, YouTube did that?
Somebody just knocked you on off real quick. Or did you do that?
Wow. But you said nah. You said y'all had an earthquake though. You think it was a little tremor or something?
It was a 3.5.
Oh, you just checked it. Wow.
Yeah, that shit bigger than that though. It seemed like
Okay.
a 5. But it was close.
But you felt it though.
It was like 2 counties away. That's close.
And you felt the aftershock?
No, I just felt not really. Well, I just felt the that motherfucker was, it was more like a rattler, you know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's sperm.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Mason Capone said he's getting over a cold and a respiratory infection now.
Who was that?
Homie Mason Capone and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, Mason Capone, you gotta take, you know what I mean? You gotta take those things, man, to keep your immune system tight. That way, if we keep your immune system tight, you're not gonna catch that.
Well, you need to listen. If you're listening, vitamin C. Get up on your vitamin C. You can get this stuff called emergent C. That's got a lot of vitamin C in it. Lemons, oranges got a lot of vitamin C in it. Lemons and oranges got a lot of vitamin C in it. There's something else that's got vitamin C in it. Oh man, what is it?
A lime, right? No, yeah, right.
Yeah, lime and lemon. Orange. Damn, I can't think of. I'm trying to think. No, I can't think right now. Like I said, I'm just getting over here because it's still kind of. If you can hear my voice, you can still kind of hear it in me.
Right.
But and I don't go nowhere, so the hell is they spraying this shit in the air? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't go nowhere. I ain't really been nowhere. I mean, like I said, I may go to Quick Trip across the street and come. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been nowhere. You know? Be around nobody like that.
Then, hey. See, something's like I was saying, something don't sound right. You know, that they just don't equal up. You know, and then they talk about you see how they're, oh man, you gotta go outside. No, don't go outside. Like that's not the only way. Shit. That's not the only way you can catch something by going outside, you know? Damn it. That makes sense?
Yeah.
See, the news, man, they're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Their job is not to tell you the right things. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes out of stuff like that. That's not their job. But yeah, I just stumbled upon this too. See, but I remember seeing something like this the other day. I mean, honestly, man, you know, it just seems like some fear mongering, and it seems like, you know, it just don't make no sense how they said, oh, then he said they don't have nothing for kids, but then he was saying that they're finding respiratory problems with kids. They're saying, you know, but it's just like, well, if adult kid take this, supposedly, or whatever the hell these jabs or something they talking about, then why can't they just lower the dose tremendously lower the dose for the kids and have the kids? I don't know. And see, if you don't know a kid can take it, what makes you think that a normal sized person can take it? I don't know. Am I making any sense or no? That makes sense, right? Did I just break it down a little bit or no? You heard what I said?
Say it again.
I said if it was weird how you said that the kid you know that they didn't have nothing, they didn't have nothing for the kids to take, but at the same time, they were saying that the kids were coming up with it, they were showing it that they were coming up with the respiratory stuff, you know what I'm saying, in numbers. And then two, how he said, he was like, they don't know if they were saying that the kids, won't be able to take it and stuff like that. But it's just like, well, if the kids, if the kids can't see, why couldn't you give it to the kids in a lower dose that you give the big, you know what I'm saying, a regular person? Well, my thing is, if the kids, if you don't find any evidence that the kids could take it, what makes you think that adults could? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Shaq? That makes sense.
None of it makes sense.
You don't have no evidence on the, you don't basically don't know if it'll work, or don't know if even, you know what I'm saying, if the kids could even take it. But what makes you think the adults could? I don't know, man. Has this been tested? I don't know, man. I can't say too much on here, man. But it's just like, you see what I'm saying? It just, these people, man. Now that's their job, is to trick, deceive. What's the other word? Just a couple other words. Deceive, trick you. You know what I'm saying? Like
mislead.
Man, there you go. Man, that's real. And they're doing a good job of it, man. Well, not just the masses of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play the rest of this, man. It's like I'm just tripping out on all this whole thing.
High risk, think about wearing a mask when you're in a crowded, congregated place. If you're high risk, also make sure your COVID-19 vaccine is up to date. Everybody should be getting flu vaccines, and if you're above.
But see, why do they got to keep putting that jab? Why do they got to keep mentioning that one though? Does that? I don't. Interesting. Right? I don't know. Let me stop.
Of 60, you should be getting an RSV vaccine as well. So there's a lot of tools that we have here. This isn't anything to me that's extraordinary. We've been through a pandemic, so people are startled anytime we hear about respiratory infections, but I think this is kind of par for the course and the norm.
Well, let's talk more about the RSV vaccine that was newly approved for younger children, right, and babies.
No, but the babies, to protect babies, you have to vaccinate pregnant women. There is a vaccine available for that. And there's a monoclonal antibody that you can give children as well, which is
Whoa,
somewhat
did he say
mysterious, right?
vaccinate pregnant women? Are you nuts?
Basically, so you saying that the kids aren't able to take the RSV vaccination. They're not able to take it. That's what he's trying to say. Then how do you know the adults can handle that?
They don't care.
How long has this been tested for?
They don't care.
How long has this been tested for? That's what I want to know.
Now hold on. Now we know there's certain restrictions for women that's pregnant or breastfeeding. They tell you don't drink any alcohol, any certain medications they can't take. But you're saying it's this. See, this is what should be alarming to people, right? This should be alarming to people, right? There's always been protocols and precautions. Even the Surgeon General on the cigarettes tell you, hey, this can cause, harm. Prescription medicine. Most prescription medicine, most medicines, they tell you check with your doctor, especially if you're pregnant or you pregnant or nursing or you got pre-existing condition.
Right.
You mean to tell me the short length of time that they cooked up this stuff, right? This candy mix, this cookie dough ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That it's so intelligent that it don't have any side effect, adverse effects now. I mean, no, you know what I'm saying? You ain't worked all the bugs and kinks out of it, so it ain't been tested long enough to see what all side effects it got or can render. But you saying it's okay for women, pregnant women, to take this? People ought to have the red. If you ain't had a red flag up, that should be a red flag right there. That should be if your red flag was never up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That definitely should have, especially for mothers, because are we going to keep being this damn gullible? Because they saying they are the special. They do specialize. They specialize in misinformation and misleading, misguiding motherfuckers. That's what their specialty is. That's what they specialize in.
Right.
Allegedly.
That's a good point.
Think about it, Frank. He just said that the best way to do it is to what? To give the pregnant mothers, the cookie cream, the cookie dough ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, man.
That's crazy, man. Why would you? But see, that's what I'm saying. This is like when they're saying that they could, teach the kids all types of crazy shit and stuff like that, and then at the same time, or your kid, certain legislation they was trying to push to where, your kid can have a sex change and all that type of stuff without your permission and do all this type of stuff without your permission. What about but at the same time, there's something called a permission slip if you want to take the kids somewhere on a damn field trip. It don't make no sense. Okay, so there's a permission slip. Why is it not a permission slip when it comes down to certain other shit?
Right.
They let you know, man. It's just the same thing with this right here. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing I'm getting with this right here, this whole situation. You see what I'm saying? It's like basically trying to push something, but at the same time, you can't really. I mean, y'all know they don't got no real research because there is no detail. Y'all not trying to. Well, that's the news. You're not really in there for detail. Y'all just in it for shock value, and y'all in it for the fact, like to scare people and to fearmonger so you can get them ratings. But I mean, it just make you think with this whole thing. It's like why they basically it's just pushing it like this, man, and it's just like basically fear mongering and hitting you with that from that kind of angle. So it's just like that's what I'm just thinking, like a lot of red flags cross my mind when it comes down to this, man. But it's just like, why, report this with so little detail? You see what I'm saying? It's just like, and they keep saying, what they say? What's the main thing they say? Officials say, hospital officials say, doctor officials say, police officials say, this official. It's like, who are these people y'all talking about? What, I mean, you know what I'm saying? How much detail is official? Like, how much detail is that? How specific you think that you're getting to us by, just by saying that? I don't know. But I mean, what you think about this, man? It's just like, and then they talk about, the women, and it's just like, so, like I was saying earlier with the analogy about the permission slip, is just like, so you're not supposed to give pregnant women certain things, but at the same time, you could give certain pregnant women certain things when we verify and say that you could. I mean, that's just basically saying that's like some dictators type stuff. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about what's the dude Hitler, what's the other dude Joseph Stalin, all these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers sound like some dictators to me. You know what I mean? It just sound like, man, it's their way of the highway, where they go, whatever the wind, where they want it to go is whatever the wind blow. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, y'all got to know that y'all got to know that y'all really confusing us. And y'all doing that. I already see what y'all doing. Like, they know that they know what they're doing. They know that they're confusing cats, or they're really trying to. You know what I'm saying, Shay? That's why I'm just like, I don't know, man. I just don't see how. It's always the older generation or older people telling you to watch the news, and that it's so informative, but it's just like, when you get older, you like, man, this is a bunch of bullshit. So I mean, so these people are saying all this. All right, so look, we're gonna go into another story, man. So we'll see what's going on. They also saying that COVID is coming back and all this stuff. So it's another thing, right? All right, so okay, so we got these talking about these migrants, right?
Recordings just got back.
So this is the thing. These cats, man, it's just like they're not playing. But see, you know what? I mean, these motherfuckers are like sneaking and like doing all this type of stuff because Joe Biden and them are opening the border, and they basically saying,
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
Type of tangibles and type of some shit like that. And like we were saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? You go to these type of places, you probably don't even see that people with all the types of kids like that. You come out here, they got a gang of kids. And see, that makes sense because they have incentives for having, incentivize. You know what I mean? To have kids. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's like a man. It's like a reward and shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry.
Growing crisis at the border with the influx of migrants trying to get into the U.S. has now forced the closure of a major border crossing in southern Arizona.
We're seeing record numbers of people coming across. This is an election year. We are a purple state.
Thank you for telling yourself. It's an election year. That's why y'all pushing all this stuff harder and harder. Yeah, it is an election year. And what does any of that have to do with these motherfuckers coming over here? Oh, because your boy Joe Biden and them have the softest policies to make it to where they can come over here. They have policies incentivizing them to come over here. Right? The news be kind of like, people be saying a lot without saying a lot,
And you would think something will be done, but that's not happening. In fact, the opposite is happening. The Lukeville port of entry is now shut down because of this surge of immigrants. So if you're trying to get to Rocky Point, Danielle Miller. It got a whole lot longer to get there and a little bit more involved.
Yes, that is absolutely right. I want to turn the camera around really quick. So this is about 200 migrants who crossed illegally here into the state. They have been waiting here all morning, and they just announced over the loudspeaker that this port of entry is closed. The operations are closed. So they just opened the gate, and that is what is happening out here at this port of entry. So as far as vehicles, anybody crossing in or out of the state, that is not allowed. All of this started early this morning. It was put out by the CBP.
Okay, so those must be some Haitians or something, because you see some melanated people. There's some Haitians and all that too, right? You got motherfuckers from Venezuela, Haiti. Did I say it? Venezuela, Haiti. You know what I'm saying? You got people from all different types of countries, man, in that motherfucker, man, in Mexico, man. So, you know, and these, you know, they're trying to come here and shit. But see, the thing is, Joe Biden and them are basically saying, come here. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to break you off. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you see why these cats is coming over here, man, you know?
Office of Field Operations. They were saying that it will temporarily suspend operations here in Lukeville, Arizona, in order to redirect personnel to assist the U.S. Border Patrol with taking migrants into custody. Both northbound and southbound pedestrian and vehicle traffic at Lukeville Port of Entry will be suspended until further notice. So as far as people coming here from the state of Arizona trying to cross over into Mexico, we have been here all morning long. We have not seen anybody. So it definitely seems that people are taking the word. This was announced just on Friday, so people had the weekend to kind of rearrange their travel plans if that was so necessary. So there is just one gas station right here, and it is completely closed down as well. It says until further notice. That is because it is closed here in this area. We do know that there is just about 30 miles away is the nearest kind of town, as well as another gas station. So everybody is definitely taking that warning. It is pretty desolate out here. There is really nothing in this vicinity. Not a lot of people trying to come to this area. But yeah, the only thing that we have seen so far, there were about 200 people here, according to a Border Patrol agent. We also saw 2 buses pull up. They were filled completely with the migrants waiting to cross over here. And those buses are now gone. The Border Patrol agent was telling me that they are processed right here, and then they are taken to other parts of our state. So as far as those people who the gate just opened right there, I am not sure exactly where they will be going, because I know all the other people were waiting to be processed. They were processed and put on those buses. So not 100%. I am trying to talk to Border Patrol out here. A lot of these agents continue to say they just can't give me any information. They cannot talk to me. So trying to get more answers as to exactly what's happening.
Can you guys walk over there
I
and
am
see
not
where
sure,
they're going?
Troy.
Didn't she just say this? See, it sounds kind of scripted because she just say she don't know where they're going. She just said it. She don't know where they're taking them. And then he asked them, where are they going, Danielle? Like, come on, dude. Like, y'all just bad actors, you know? Acting. That shit is like a lot of shit is like acting shit. You know what I mean? Just like these.
I wish I got that one video.
What you gonna say?
I said I wish I got that one video Cuddy played early yesterday morning. I think the day before. Well, one of the guys down there, man, he wasn't a border agent, but he was somebody, and he was doing that. He got the right to. I don't know what his position is, but he can fly his own drones and stuff. So he was down there flying drones and stuff, trying to look at the area down there by the border. Man, he's seen Border Patrol helping them with immigrants, helping them damn migrants and stuff up on top of the putting a ladder down there so they could crawl up the damn train thing and shit, man, up the walls and stuff.
Not surprised, man.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised. And see, the thing is, yeah, they do got plans. Ruth, flying and floating them in here, they do got plans. Exactly, that's the whole point. See what I'm saying? Then see, they're hooking them up. It's a planned effort. Did I say that right? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's a replacement thing, man. It's a replacement thing. So we got to really realize these people, you know what I mean, are trying to replace them with us. I mean, us with them with us. Well, no, us with them. That makes sense. So, yeah. I mean, I ain't surprised. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So we got some problems in Chicago too, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a migrant crisis. We got like another crisis in Chicago, man. I'm gonna bring it on home with this Gaza, man. With this, you know what I'm saying? With this Israel Gaza stuff, man. They crazy. All right, they crazy. They just that's just a bunch of wildness too. So so they halt construction. All right, so let me see what's going on with this right here. Does not temporary restraining order. Construction. Let me play this real quick, man. So this is fair use.
I wish for the amazing.
Talking about it was on contaminated soil and all this. All right, so fair use. It's just one thing after another, huh? It just seems like they just want it crazy like that. They want it to look wild and crazy and just not give a fuck about these motherfuckers literally sleeping in front of the police station. So it seemed like they wanted to be like that out there in Chicago, right? It just seemed like it to me. Now they talking about, oh, you know, we can't do that, and we don't want to build the shit, you know. But see, y'all building shelters with it, damn, and doing all this and building shit from the ground up for motherfuckers and shit. Y'all won't even do that for the homeless out there in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do this for the so-called black residents. You know what I mean? You're not gonna do that for them out there. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, it's like, you know, these residents, I guess they were suing out there. They still are. But I think they should be suing for some kind of discrimination. I mean, where's Benjamin Crump and where's the other dude, Lee Merritt or whatever his name is, Lee, the other cat, like the crisis actor, lawyers. Where are these dudes at? You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Or where is he? It just seems like, and it lets you know too, it's kind of scripted and kind of crisis actor. You know what I'm saying? When these cats come on the scene because they only go after certain cases and stuff like that. When real cases like this, you know what I mean, when these people are literally getting dropped off, you know what I mean, in states and just boatloads of them, you see what I'm saying, thousands of them even. Shit, probably even 1 million in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? When it's that stuff like that, you don't hear nothing from Benjamin Crump. You don't hear nothing. I mean, but at the same time, you know, why y'all not getting together and using your brains and trying to, you know, get some kind of discrimination lawsuit going on? I don't know. I mean, just maybe it's just not that simple or something. Maybe it's just something I'm missing or something. All right, so hold on.
Amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
It's your last chance to trade in any iPhone for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Rob, a lot has been going on behind the scenes, but at the site, not so much. As you said, the state has halted work there temporarily. Residents in the area who oppose the camp, however, are still not happy after a judge refused to issue a temporary restraining order that they were seeking. There was little to no movement today at Brighton Park's would-be winterized base camp at 38th Street and California. Ongoing environmental concerns heightened in light of an 800-page report released by the city on Friday, leading to a state-ordered stoppage.
The IEPA, of course, is reviewing that. There's a pause that we put in place pending their review and results of that review, which will come out sometime very soon.
And yet, reaction from those who live near the site remains less than enthusiastic.
The city been lying to us from day one and just still now.
Ricardo Palacios is among a group of plaintiffs who have been calling for a temporary restraining order. Hearing the case in court today, a judge ruled that because of the work stoppage, a TRO was no longer necessary. Watching the proceedings, which were held via Zoom, was a small group of residents who gathered inside a Bridgeport office.
We are a little bit frustrated, but at the same time, we are encouraged that judge urge city to be more transparent.
Meanwhile, the mayor's office has reiterated its position that most of the remediation efforts, including the removal of harmful chemicals such as mercury, are complete, and that the site is safe for temporary residential use. Their attorneys saying in court it is a cleaner site, it is a safer site than before the city was involved. Attorneys for the plaintiff, however, cast doubt on those statements, insisting They did not make it safer. Merely digging down and adding gravel is not environmental remediation. Now, in the end, the judge ordered the city to keep residents informed before work does resume on the site.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Hey CoverGirls, let's be simply ageless.
With America's #1 anti-aging foundation and the skin-loving hyaluronic complex for instant wrinkle reduction and health.
My bad, I knocked myself off on accident. But hold up. All right. I guess I gotta do this shit. Hold up. Hold up.
You're exactly right, Stephen and Tasha. And for almost a week, there has been a line outside the reticketing center in the East Village with hundreds of migrants waiting to reapply for a shelter bed. We've shown you those lines. Well, today, the city is implementing a new policy. And while there was no line today, many advocates are worried what next week will look like.
People have had to go to the hospital by hypothermia, which is very concerning.
For almost a week, this has been the scene. Hundreds of migrants sleeping outside this site in the East Village that has been serving as a reticketing center. Once adult migrants have been living in a shelter for 30 days, they have to come here to reapply for a shelter bed. But some migrants have been afraid to lose their spot in line, so they've been sleeping outside in.
You know, they say that what the city could do to try to keep them warm. I don't. How is that the city's? How is that their job to? I mean, they. It's weird because if I come over here, if I do something at my own risk, and I try to come over here for some kind of a new type of life or something like that, you know what I mean? I mean, everything's on me. I don't know. I know I should know the damn consequences. You going to enter another land, right? You see what I'm saying? With real cold winter conditions. I don't know. And it's like the city's job to I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that's
in the freezing temperatures.
Our staff was out there and saw yesterday morning, even there were 100 people that had slept overnight.
But late Wednesday night, Legal Aid says that the city started to implement a new policy to encourage migrants to go inside to wait. They will get a ticket that will let them return to their spot in line, and it seems to be working since the line was empty Thursday afternoon. But many migrants say they are confused by this process, and the tickets are more like wristbands.
Just those bracelets.
These two men from Venezuela say they have been applying for a shelter bed for 3 days now, returning each day to see if a bed is open. They say they are staying at a holding site in the Bronx, which is more of a waiting area, not a shelter, and then they return back in line every day. And they are not the only ones.
Sometimes we sleep in the park. So cold, we don't have clothes.
This group of men say they've been trying to get a shelter bed again for over a week and don't understand their wristbands.
This is from 3 days ago.
The city says that only around 20% of migrants return to this reticketing site after their 30-day shelter limit is up, but also admit that things are constantly changing. The mayor's chief of staff, Camille Joseph Varlak, says that FEMA has been pressuring the city for a long-term plan for how they plan to care for migrants in the winter. But she says they are asking the wrong questions.
It just sets the wrong tone. When it comes down to it, this is a national crisis that New York City should not be carrying on our backs.
Now, according to the city, more than 2,700 migrants arrived here just last week. Also, in the meantime, Texas Governor Greg Abbott posted to social media yesterday saying he plans to send even more migrants to sanctuary cities, including here in New York. Steve, Natasha.
All right, Morgan, thank you.
At Extreme Experience, we believe the world's most exciting cars should be accessible to you. That's why we deliver.
This is something that is very correctable, but no one is moving to correct it.
Turning now to the migrant crisis.
As the weather gets colder.
Joining me now is Alden Cabello, who's an independent journalist, been covering the crisis for years on both sides of the border. Alden, we reached out to Mexican authorities and the DHS for a statement, neither responded. What are the migrants telling you about why they're coming now? Who do you think is behind this?
Hey, Laura, it was great to be with you. And that's one of my main questions that I asked the migrants when I interviewed them on the Mexican side. Is like, why are you coming now? And without hesitating, the answer is that the border is open. They talk about President Biden's invitation and that they're going to be helped. That's one of the main answers that they give. And I asked them, why now? Why didn't you come before? Have you heard of President Trump? It's like, oh yeah, we've heard of him, and he was very strict. We weren't going to risk coming under him to get deported. And that's why we're coming out. We know that under this administration, we're going to be helped. And this morning, on my way over to Eagle Pass from Del Rio, I stopped at the NGO, and one of the migrants approached me from Venezuela, and he was complaining because the NGO kicked him out. He didn't have money to buy his bus ticket. He's like, aren't they supposed to help us? What are we going to do now in the streets without any money? Who's going to help us? And that's their mindset. Is that
yeah? So Alden, they're being told that basically things are going to be paid for. They're going to be taken care of. Now that runs counter to a narrative, Alden, that they're only coming here to work. These are just workers. We need workers. We want all these, jobs that Americans won't do. By the way, that most people in my family did. They won't do these jobs, so we need these people. What are you finding?
Yeah, so in this sector, the Rio sector, you have about 90% that are Venezuelan and some Central Americans. And their mindset is that they're going to be helped. They're coming from socialist or communist countries, and they're used to this lifestyle where the government is providing everything. And they're coming with that same mindset to the United States, that the government is going to issue out handouts and everything's going to be free for them. I've been asked, how am I going to get a free vehicle? How am I going to get a free house? These are questions that they're asking. And that's the mindset that these migrants that are crossing in this sector are coming with. They believe that the government is going to help them out and give everything free for them.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much right under Biden. I mean, they pretty much get what they want. They complain about the food once they get here, complain about this or that. But Alden, I know you've actually tried to bring your wife to the United States the right way. You spent a lot of time in Mexico. You've been very frustrated by the process. I've heard this a lot from people who are American citizens or maybe dual citizens, and they want to have their family together. What's this process been like? How frustrating, given people just walking across the border?
Yeah, so that's the whole irony of a lot of families that we live here on the border communities. I myself, being a U.S. citizen, I married a Mexican national. My wife is in Acuña, across from Del Rio. Our process has been lengthy. We've been waiting 5 years to enter legally for her. It's been expensive, and there's a lot of families going through the same scenario, and there's a lot of frustration. One, because we're trying to do things legally and get our relatives across, and at the same time, we're witnessing how thousands are just entering the country illegally and getting a free pass under this administration. Wow. And that frustration, yeah. I think you're going to see it this next election at the ballot box.
Well, they're scamming the system, and they're invited by a scammer, Mayorkas and Biden. Alden, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
No matter who you are, what your family needs, the battle you're facing, what you've been told, the goals you have, or why the time is now. UCI Health is here for you and will deliver the expert care you always deserve. Because we see beyond your health. We see you.
Doom scrolling. Tonight we have a new financial term to add to our vocabulary, doom spending.
Yeah, and it's when you just keep on spending, even though you're already bogged down with credit card debt. Just take a look at these numbers. According to data analyzed by USA Today, New Yorkers carry $6,000 of credit card debt, while the average American has almost $8,000 worth. And Gen X wins when it comes to carrying the most debt by age. Gen Z has the least.
All right, so how can you stop doom spending? Fox 5's Kendall Green is here with some tips. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. An economist we spoke with about looking for those deals and steals just in time for the holidays are a dime a dozen.
I did get a few things. I mean, for my sister, for my mom. So I still gotta get a few things for some more family members.
I have a 7-year-old daughter, so the entire list is her, and she's come up with the list. And she wrote a letter to Santa.
And he's got to deliver within his means, of course. But a new study from Intuit Credit Karma found that while almost all Americans at 96% are concerned with the state of our economy, about 27% of Americans are doom spending, just coping with the crisis, spending their money despite their concerns. And it's gotten worse within the last 6 months, with nearly a third of Americans who say they've taken on more debt and spent more money within that period. Gen Z and millennials are leading that trend and earning some sympathy from this shopper who's been there before.
I understand that feeling, but you cannot go down that path. Things are going to come back. It's not doomsday.
While Paul Oster, the president of a credit management firm, has some serious concerns.
It's the first year where I'm actually panicking a little bit for the average consumer because we've never been down this road before.
Concerned mostly with the consequences on the other side of the troubling trend. About half of those in the study admitted they're struggling to afford their basic needs and are living paycheck to paycheck. Bad news for building credit and bad news for budgeting, if you ask Oster.
Whether it's a buy now, pay later program, a credit card, don't do it because it's going to wind up putting you in a position where you might not be able to dig out of the hole.
Urging those, regardless of their confidence in the economy, to resist the urge to splurge and embrace a better budget. Now, to help, Oster suggested a
Sure, wow. Yo, Shaq, you still there, man? Yeah, I think that migrant thing, man, was just like, I was just tripping off that, the fact that, it just, I don't know, man. It's just, this Biden administration kind of like, it's kind of giving people the okay, you know what I'm saying, to do it, so they're doing it. Yo, Shaq, what you think?
Yeah, well,
did you see the thing with the that Fox, Laura Ingraham with the migrant thing?
oh yeah.
A video. What do you think about that?
They keep calling them migrants. They're not migrants. Them niggas is illegal.
Man.
They're illegals, man.
You said it. You said it. You know, and the thing is, it's like, I really believe that they're saying that. You know, they're going by what Biden's saying. Right?
I thought they would speak English. But
What'd you say?
yep.
What'd you say, Jack?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I said they speak English now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Dangerous.
They're talking about,
Okay.
with it's just, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of this shit seems like some bullshit to me. You know what I mean? It's just like, they was like, oh, they know that's an open border, really. I mean, I think they really know that, but at the same time, how would they? I mean, who told them this? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody translated it to them, right? What do you think, Shaq? How they know?
Shit, they good. What you mean? They got apps and shit. They got several. They got. Hey, look. What do you call it? GPP or something? Ain't that what it's called? They can go to the app and navigate their way through them different countries and stuff, man.
Yeah, how would they know how would they know that it's open? How do they know it's open borders? Like somebody like that know English told them, hey, by the way, I know English too, and from what the fuck I heard, or are they saying it's on the little Spanish, the little Mexican Telemundo stations and shit? You know what I'm saying? The little Mexican news stations, or what are they telling them? Oh, by the way, it's an open border in America. I don't know. What you think? Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. As they're making it up, you really find and realize you can't make it up.
That's the truth.
I find this hard to believe, Shaq. Very hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats. Not the one getting credit for these people. So I mean, look. So now look, you got the migrant thing right now, and then you got the gloomy doomsday shopping or whatever the hell they call it. Look how the economy is looking. Look how everything, all this stuff is looking under Joe Biden, man. Horrible. Terrible. It's looking terrible. Shit. This is not good. When all those people hyped it up, they was going goo gaga over voting for this dude. Talking about voting blue no matter who. And this shit is looking sad. It's looking pathetic, Shaq. It's looking bad. I mean, the economy's not good. I mean, would you call this good? Like, what would you call this economy? This is, I mean, it's just fucked up. They got analysts and strategists and political, and economists. You know what I'm saying? That did the fucking numbers and all this shit, man. I'm pretty sure, right? So you mean to tell me it got worse basically after 3.5 years. So it's almost 4, 4 years damn near into he's been president. It got worse before it got better, Shaq. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Joe Biden was not a good pick. I was telling people about this dude. I was telling people not to vote for this guy. It's almost like, I mean, they made the voting shit like a ritual. You know what I'm saying? To where, you ritually just vote for a motherfucking Democrat. It's like religiously, So you sound kind of muffled and shit. What'd you say?
So you got the Democrat tattoo branded on your ass cheek.
Right? Exactly. It's some kind of like romance black people got with the Democrat Party. It really is. There's some kind of secret, like infatuation, like. Does that make sense? That people got with the Democrat Party. It really is. Really strange. You know, these motherfuckers don't do nothing for you. And they ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? But if they're not doing nothing for me, you know what I'm saying? Then they're not doing nothing for you. Yeah, but I'm just tripping off this whole thing, man. I'm just like, what the fuck is really good? You know, so these people, they just getting their money, man. They keep getting dough, man. And that's the whole point, man. You know, as long as the establishment is getting, you know, and people from the 1% or whatever getting they dough, they good. You know what I'm saying? They're not tripping.
Definitely a double cross going on, man.
Wait, what were you saying? You sounded kind of muffled again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you sound like low, like.
It must be.
Excuse me. It kind of still has that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of still sounds like that a little bit. All right. You still on, Shaq? You still on or what?
Yeah, is that better?
Nah, it still kind of sounds like low, like it's weird. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it still sounds like that.
Still sound muffled. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of. It still kind of sounds like. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's still muffled now?
Oh yeah, that just sounds straight.
Right there?
Yeah. Okay, so what were you saying? This shit? Yeah, this shit is. I mean, under Joe Biden, man, I just think it's just looking terrible. It's gonna continue to look terrible. You know, that's what these politicians do. They improve their life and make their life better while just basically just like shitting on the little guy and not giving a fuck about how the little guy. Because it's gonna be to the point where, and it's kind of almost to the point now to where there is no middle class no more. It's just gonna be rich and poor, or just extremely rich and extremely poor. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of think about the whole thing. The lobbyists in the special interest groups are the ones, and the politicians are the ones that get the money. You know what I'm saying? Regular cats don't get the money. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's the whole thing, all by design. What you think? Shaq? That sounds about right, right? Yo.
Yo, is that better?
Yeah, yep.
All right, let me drop down off this other man. I'm on my other phone. Hold on. Tripping. Oh, the phone got hot. I don't know why this phone getting hot now.
That is weird.
These phones, have you noticed your phone get hot now?
Yeah.
Especially you be on these apps now. Well, they get hot.
I noticed that. It's like, what the fuck?
Certain apps, this must get hot, boy.
That's weird. He said, okay, hey, black communities, pack your bags. The immigrants are going to steal your neighborhoods. Oh, they've been doing that shit though, because that's what because they put the the Mexicans or Latinos, whatever you want to call it, they put them in our communities to live, to outlive. You know what I'm saying? To live by us and out, you know what I'm saying? And then the what's the name? And then they'll put the Koreans and they'll put the and the Indians and stuff like that in our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? To basically own everything around us. You see what I'm saying? And to make it to where we don't own nothing. But see, that be on. I mean, especially in when stuff was cheaper too, man. Especially in the 60s, 70s. I don't understand why some of us wasn't putting our money together, to aggregate our money, and trying to come up with some kind of, in certain instances there was, man, but at the same time, shit fell through. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just think that it's just like, I mean, it's all systematic. Just like they put the freeways and stuff like that, have the freeways running through our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, it's all by design. I mean, I don't understand. And then when you say that, then people will try to say that, you complain and you see what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, or you conspiracy, and ain't nothing. Nah, that's real. Ain't nothing about no conspiracy. You see what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's conspiracy, and you point out the conspiracy. You know, damn conspiracy theorist though. You a conspiracy theorist. I just be tripping off that type of shit, man. That type of shit just be like, got me like, okay, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the thing is, what you think about the fact that it's just like these motherfuckers really, really just like just changing the narrative, man, and really just the replacement factor is definitely always in the play when it comes down to that type of shit. But see, the reason why people could try to say that type of stuff, because they're not experiencing it. You see what I'm saying? Because all white people had been doing for back in the day is just moving out. If there's more of you or a certain, you know what I'm saying, you moving in their neighborhoods or around them, they move out. The white flight or whatever they call it. So I mean, but y'all had the access and the resource and the capital and stuff like that to just do that though. You see what I'm saying, Shaq? So I mean, it's a different story when it comes down to that type of shit, man. Like not everybody has to live around us, but we have to live around everybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially out here in Cali, man. You know what I'm saying? The numbers is like dwindling off. So yeah, I'm just tripping on all this shit is going off, man, and going into play, man. And so okay, this is the last little thing we can talk about is all right, man, Israel and Gaza, man. This story is just too much right here. This story's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like and this ain't no war, so it's just a conflict. That's all it is. Because two countries got to go to war. You know what I'm saying? This is just a little conflict breaking. Okay, forces eliminate Hamas leader. Okay, they say it. Okay, this is breaking news. Look,
a little over a year.
Okay, now the leaders got eliminated. Okay, that's what they said. I'm about to record it right now. Let's get it.
Ago, I decided to finish out a gun closet that was an unorganized mess with multiple guns leaning in every corner. After a quick search on Amazon for
This is day 58 in the Israel-Hamas war, and I'm Yair Pinto, reporting to you from Israel. Today I'm coming to you from a tank. I spent most of my time in the army in one of these war machines. Tanks are an amazing combination of speed, strength, and firepower. And the IDF is creating its own tanks, naming them Merkava, chariot in Hebrew. IDF has Merkava 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it is considered one of the best tanks in the world. I'm a bit biased because I love these tanks. The fighting in the Gaza Strip continues with full force, and the IDF is conducting operations in northern Gaza in the area of Jabalia, targeting Hamas structures and underground complexes that were used as terror infrastructure against the IDF and against Israel. It's important to remember that since the first day of this war, the IDF is conducting operations in the area of Jabalia, which is one of the biggest Hamas strongholds in the Gaza Strip. Hamas built an underground terror infrastructure in this area, and in a combined operation of infantry units, tank units, engineering units, and the Air Force, the IDF is striking down terror buildings and destroying the underground terror infrastructure that Hamas created in Jabalia. This is taking a lot of time because the terrorists of Hamas place explosives and other traps.
But how are these people? How are Hamas terrorists though? Just because you say so? And didn't they start Hamas? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, okay, how did he know these? How did they know exactly what these motherfuckers are like? I mean, is it their intelligence or is it people telling them? How do they know exactly where these motherfuckers is at? You see what I'm saying, Shaq? How do they know exactly where these bunkers and where the stronghold and all this is at? How do they know this? But see, y'all didn't know that they was gonna attack you, but you know where they at and where. I don't know what you think, right? It's like, huh? What you think about this, Shaq? And why they keep calling them terrorists? Just I don't know why they keep calling them terrorists though. I'm confused. Because y'all having a disagreement, so you're gonna call them a terrorist. I don't know, Shaq. What you think, man?
Hey, man.
Interesting.
This shit show.
You could just call them a terrorist because you don't. But how they know exactly where they're at, right? They know where the hideouts at. You know what I'm saying? And they know, right? I guess they got the scoop on where he was at, and you know what I'm saying, where their bunker was at, and it's like. So I mean, y'all know everything, but y'all know so little at the same time. You didn't know they was gonna hit y'all up, but you know exactly. It's just interesting. You know what I'm saying? They got the scoop. But see, how you know so much about these dudes, but then you're your enemy though? It's like, you know a lot about your enemy, right?
Yep.
For the IDF soldiers. During the ceasefire, the IDF was able to gather valuable intelligence that reveals the locations of Hamas terror infrastructure in the area of Khan Yunis, which is another big stronghold belonging to the terror organization in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. The IDF is taking its time and deciding what's the best course of action in moving forward and neutralizing this Hamas location. After the ceasefire was violated by Hamas, the IDF and the Air Force carried out targeted airstrikes, destroying some 200 Hamas positions inside the area of Khan Yunis before carrying out a ground offensive to conquer the Palestinian terror locations in that city. Special units of the IDF conducted targeted operations to capture the leadership of Hamas in Khan Yunis. These are the same leaders that escaped the operation in the northern part of Gaza in order to seek shelter in the south together with the civilian population. The IDF, in the middle of the night, was able to sneak into their operational apartments and capture the leaders, creating a whole different ballgame for the Israeli forces that will conduct the offensive against Khan Yunis. In the Gaza Strip, Hamas revealed the names of the commanders of the Sajaiya Brigade after their leader was neutralized during IDF operations. The IDF
I didn't know he was the leader.
Hamas militants to put down their.
Jack, how did know he's a leader? The guy. How did know he's a leader, man? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm confused. I'm curious. I'm asking a lot of questions right now. What you think, Shaq? How they know that the dude that whoever they captured was the leader? They pinpointed him as the man calling the shot. How they know? Shaq, I don't know. What you think, man? I'm just
It's all
like,
a shit show, man.
it just sounds like a shit show.
Shit show.
They talking about the league. Oh, they knew exactly. They got captured him, so this is a game changer and this and that. And how y'all know exactly who this man is? They make it seem like Hamas is some kind of army, dude. Like some kind of just, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of big organization that's just some almost just as deadly as the Israeli. So what is the IDF? So I guess that stands for Israeli Defense Forces. If I'm not mistaken. Israeli Defense Forces, right? IDF. They're not not trying to say who that is. They're just saying IDF. But so y'all have some defense forces. Y'all have good what's the name? Good intelligence, but y'all didn't know that they was gonna attack you. I don't know.
Arms and surrender before its forces will carry out the operation into South Gaza. The IDF conducted targeted attacks, neutralizing Hamas locations in civilian buildings, such as the central bank of Hamas in Khan Yunis, alongside the municipality of Khan Yunis, that is also being used by Hamas terrorists as an underground command position to carry out terror attacks against Israel.
Why they keep saying? Why they keep? So just because they're Hamas, they're terrorists. I mean, you gotta catch that type of shit. Terrorist attack. To capture that terrorist attack. Just because they're beefing with, I don't understand. I can't just do that. I can't just jump on the bandwagon because just because they're beefing with Israel and they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're going at it does not mean they're terrorists. I don't know. That just don't make no sense to me. Just because a cop is a cop doesn't mean he's good. Don't mean he's good. Don't mean he goes by the law. Don't mean he, you know what I'm saying? Because most of them are policy enforcers anyway. They're not. They're just enforcing the policy. They're not enforcing the law. They work for the municipality. And that's a corporation. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So just imagine, that's just like HR at your job, the human resource person. They don't work for you. They work for the corporation. You see what I'm saying? But it's presented like as if they work for you. You know what I mean? They make it seem like it's just all drawn out perfectly, like they doing something for you and they trying to fight for you, and you can go to them and confide in them. Shit, the HR can fire you. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that's usually the higher person. So what that tell you? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I just when they just they hit you with the propaganda, terrorists and terror and killing and terror and shooting and terror. Then that's just when they lose me, when they miss me with that, because it's just too biased. You see what I'm saying? It's just too because I mean the thing is that's just like saying when we talk about the Israel side innocent bystander, yeah, innocent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the innocent bystander, the civilians, Israeli civilians, it's just propaganda to try to make, put that in your head like as if the Israelis ain't doing nothing wrong. The Israelis, right? The Israelis is good. They straight, you know what I'm saying? They can't do no wrong, but then the Mossad are terrorists, right? The Mossad is the ones, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, man. You know what I'm saying? Play the rest of this and we out, man. And we out.
The operation to neutralize Hamas's location in the municipality of Khan Yunis was very complicated, as the structure was well hidden below the surface and the IDF needed to use a special bunker buster missile to penetrate the terror tunnels beneath the surface. After the tunnels were collapsed, the IDF flooded them in order to neutralize all the terrorists within and prevent them from using the infrastructure once more. The IDF operation against Hamas is divided into 3 stages. First of all, the IDF is carrying out aerial strikes against Hamas locations in order to destroy the terror infrastructure. Secondly, the IDF is neutralizing all the bombs, explosives, mines, and other traps that Hamas has been preparing for the IDF maneuvering forces. And then infantry units, together with tanks and engineering units, are surrounding the areas in which Hamas is operating and conducted precise operations to locate and destroy the terror infrastructure of Hamas in the Gaza Strip. That's why this operation is taking so long and is so hard. It's almost impossible to identify between a normal house and a terror house in the Gaza Strip. Hamas has been using the civilian population so well that it is disguising its terrorists within the civilian neighborhoods. This is just terrible. Following the terror attack in Jerusalem, in which Palestinian terrorists carried out a terror attack against Israeli civilians, the IDF realized that Hamas has cells in the West Bank area of Hebron, which is located in Judea and Samaria. The IDF conducted a targeted operation in 10 different locations and arrested 30 Hamas operatives, Palestinians that are involved in terrorism against Israelis. While carrying out this operation, the terrorists planned an ambush for the Israeli forces, but due to accurate intelligence and awareness, the Israeli forces were able to identify the ambush and called on air support. The Air Force arrived soon after and neutralized the terrorists in the ambush, and no injuries to the IDF forces were reported. The IDF has been conducting operations in the West Bank area of Judea and Samaria, arresting some 34 Hamas operatives. Since the beginning of this war, the IDF arrested some 2,100 Palestinians that are involved in terrorism from the West Bank area of Judea and Samaria. 1,100 of them are related to the Hamas terror organization from the Gaza Strip. This terror is spreading out to all of Israel and not just in the Gaza Strip.
Most people make one terrible mistake when investing. They never sell. If all you ever do is buy and hope the market will always go up, you leave yourself highly vulnerable to recessions and bear markets. A recession has the ability to wipe away years of account growth in a matter of days, and most people simply aren't prepared. But what if all you need are some rules you can trust, a solid plan you can apply, and someone by your side to help you make decisions that are right for you? At Online Trading Academy, we teach students how to be better prepared for any situation the market throws at you. Right now, we invite you to attend a free trading and investing workshop where you'll learn about ways to recession-proof your retirement account with strategies designed to profit when recessions hit, buy and sell investments based on strategy and a solid plan, invest.
I wish that this war will be over and that we will have real peace with the Palestinian people. I have no problem with the Palestinian people. I want my girls and my boy to grow up in a peaceful neighborhood here in the Middle East. That's the goal. Since the beginning of this war, the IDF located some 800 underground terror tunnels belonging to Hamas in the Gaza Strip and neutralized some 800 of them using a variety of tactics, from flooding them to using sponge bombs to throwing bunker buster bombs and other ways of collapsing the tunnels. The IDF is becoming more and more creative in its attempts to neutralize Hamas's infrastructure. I've been in the army for, 15 years now, altogether, reserves and active duty. And I think that in this operation, the IDF is investing so much time in trying to seek new ways to destroy Hamas without harming the civilian population of the Gaza Strip. It's just crazy the amount that me and other soldiers and the army at large is investing in order to prevent harming the civilian population in the Gaza Strip. Just very important for you to know, because for some reason the world thinks that we are the opposite and that we are harming the civilian population. Sadly, I know that this is not just a physical war that we can win and have peace in. This is a spiritual war. And God has a plan, and He's the one that can bring peace to this region. So please join me in prayer that the Prince of Peace, Yeshua the Messiah, will come to Israel, back to his city, and reign peacefully on all the earth.
Damn.
This is day 59 in the Israel-Hamas war, and the fighting in the Gaza Strip continues with full force as the IDF is advancing in the southern part of Gaza, particularly in the area of Khan Yunis. Yesterday, 3 IDF soldiers lost their lives in the battles in the Gaza Strip: Neria, Ben, and Yoshua. Please remember them in your prayers. Leading the offensive were the tanks, and immediately upon entering the Gaza Strip, they were engaged by Hamas terrorists who opened fire to them from multiple locations. During the ceasefire, Hamas prepared and placed explosive devices on all the main routes, on particular buildings, and prepared the civilian infrastructure for its terror locations and activities. But after a few hours, the IDF was able to make way and broke the initial barrier surrounding the areas of the southern part of the Gaza Strip. This shows that Hamas is weakened because the IDF is not taking chances. The IDF is evaluating, is preparing, and is taking care of the lives of its soldiers. So the speed in which the IDF was able to advance in the southern part of the Gaza Strip means, first of all, that Hamas is weakened, and secondly, that the IDF has learned and is more mature in this battle and has more knowledge and ability to conduct these operations successfully. The next stage of the operation is to fortify the IDF's positions inside the Gaza Strip. This is useful because this operation will be long, and the IDF troops must have a safe area inside Gaza to return to, refresh, rearm, and fix the vehicles. As part of the IDF's tactic to neutralize Hamas's ability to control his troops, it is conducting targeted operations to identify, capture, or neutralize the leaders of Hamas's military branch. This is a very hard thing to do because the leadership of Hamas, unlike other armies or any heroic ideas you have of military leaders, are hiding within the civilian population. And only a few days ago, the IDF was able to identify a group of leaders that were disguised as women who evacuated the northern part of the Gaza Strip, seeking shelter in the southern part of Gaza. The IDF was able to identify this group using sophisticated technologies that include face recognition. This is what we're dealing with. The leaders are hiding amongst the Israeli population. But the IDF...
So if they have facial recognition, why the hell they ain't use it any other time, right? Right? It's like they got that technology. Why are they just using it now? You see what I'm saying? And so is that the way they know who the leaders are or whoever? By using the facial recognition? Chuck, what you think about that? They got that kind of technology. What took them so long to use it? Right? And how come in other instances they ain't using that technology? You see what I'm saying? What you think? Yo, Shaq. Shaq, you still there? Yo.
Yeah.
What you think about that, man? My bad. I know it was a long little video and shit. They're saying they got facial recognition stuff. Like, why are they not using it in every other instance? I don't understand. Right?
I was saving or something.
So I guess they're trying to say that they captured one of their leaders. I don't know. I just think you got to be careful when it comes down to this type of stuff because we're not over there. We're not over there to witness what's going on. Really, you know what I mean? We're not over there to really witness. The real. You see what I'm saying? The real so-called what's his name? You see what I'm saying? The real actual conflict or whatever you want to call it, right? So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is kind of like it is what it is, man. You see what I'm saying? But all I know is the news causes some sensationalism, and the news, it hits you with, you know what I mean, with the basically makes you want to become, what's the word? Bias. I mean, not really biased. What's the other word? Shaq? Desensitized. Desensitized. You see what I'm saying? And then you feel more sympathy and empathy for them and what they're going through versus the people over there here in your own country. So I'm just peeping and tripping off all this type of. I already see what they're doing, man. They're pretty clever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Clever motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying?
For all we know, man, they can be over that motherfucker eating motherfucking zoos and whams. They can laughing at us.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like these motherfuckers are so dumb. You there? Yeah, just clowning us. Really though. For all we know, they could be doing that. You see what I'm saying? And see, it wouldn't really surprise me if they was. But see, we got the mainstream media to put out all these other, you know what I'm saying, to really put the extra stank on a lot of these false narrative stories. You know what I'm saying? So you got the mainstream media to thank for that too, though. You see what I'm saying? What you think about that shit? That shit crazy,
At this point, it's all a distraction, man.
It's all a distraction. That's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, them in the World Economic Forum and you know what I'm saying, and motherfuckers like that, and the Trilateral Commission and International Monetary Fund and all these motherfuckers, they really get into business. You see what I'm saying? They're really strategizing and making stuff happen while they give us this. You see what I'm saying? To look at this type of shit, think about this, and get distracted on this and that, right? So, yeah, man, I'm just tripping off the fuck. It's still the same old script.
I better believe that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we get played, they get paid. You see what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker.
If they hit you with the 007 move with the Negro 007.
You said the Negro 007?
Yeah, they finna hit you with the Negro 007.
But and then okay, so hold up.
Yeah, they got the move. Pull the trailer up.
Oh, what is it? A girl? Is the girl?
That's the dude, I think.
Oh, it's a guy. Hold up. Hold up, real quick. Let me see. So 007. I ain't gonna get no copyright now for that shit, right?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. You know, they've been wilding with this copyrights.
But there is a Black 007. I have to check that out. Coronavirus pandemic.
A lot of people be hating and shit. They talking about, oh, Cree, that's the thing, man. People be ridiculous. They cool when other cultural people just can have they own or they version of their own. They don't trip when other people want to traverse over into our culture and you know, our likeness and shit. It's amazing.
I noticed that.
First of all, I don't even think it's their culture. They still stole it. Or copying people's shit, you know. Who gave you the rights to say that a mermaid is only supposed to be one shade, only one? You know what I'm saying? See, this the BS. You tell me the Queen can't hire no Negro special agents?
I know, right?
That's right. She don't trust them. So it's supposed to be the I guess 007 is supposed to be the Queen's special what's name?
Got you. Interesting. You know, and see, you know, and that's why, and then, you know, they make these movies and they'll switch it up, or, you know, and then this is like, that just goes to show, man, you know, you got the Europeans, man, they be pissed, man, they be mad, just like, you know, with the Star Wars thing, with the, you know, the Black Stormtrooper, they was pissed about that, and they mad about the Little Mermaid, and then what else they mad at? There was a couple like Black Marvel characters or something like that.
The girl Jada Pinkett, I think she did something. She had something to do with the movie. Nefertiti? No, what's the chick name? Oh my God. Oh man. The one that's supposed to have was kicking it with Caesar. You know what I'm talking about?
You say you want who now?
The one that was kicking it with Caesar back in the day, Rome. The Egyptian, supposed to be an Egyptian.
Oh, Cleopatra.
Yeah, Cleopatra, yeah. They was tripping on, oh, Cleopatra.
Yeah, you know, I know it. I don't know, man. This is crazy, man. It's just like, this lets you know too that they think that only the European, like the white, you know what I'm saying, they can only be the heroes. You know what I'm saying? They can only be heroes and, like, you know, people of important like status, or you see, it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the stars or whatever. I mean, it's just a really subconscious like way if you really look at it like that too, how it really is. Break it down.
Even when they be villains, nigga, they get if you notice, when they be villains, they still get idolized. Even the way they play villains, they still be idolized. You like, hold on, what?
Oh no.
Yeah.
You ain't lying. And just like, yeah, because was it like yeah, like the serial killer movies and stuff, Dexter and all these, you know what I mean? You know,
Joker,
you know what I'm saying? Right. Yep. They you know, they romanticize it.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker, man. That's true. But see, that's crazy because when, you know, one of them do the mass shooting, then they give the excuse that he's crazy. It's just interesting. But the crazy so-called mass shooter, even though a lot of those crisis actors anyway, but the crazy mass shooter, and then the fact too that you want to bring it into the reality, you bring it to flip it to reality world. I mean, the reality TV world. The fact that you romanticize the serial killers in these movies. I don't know, man. It's just psychologically, if you really think about it, that shit is a trip on the mind. You know what I mean? It's psychological like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You see how they like playing you, hitting you with like a duality type thing, like. So if a white motherfucker really shoots motherfuckers up, don't worry, because we're gonna, you know, cover his ass by saying that he's crazy or something wrong with the motherfucker, because after all, a motherfucker white motherfucker in his right mind will only do something, and that's not in his right mind will only do something like that. You see how what they're trying to tell you and shit? Like that's just man, that's some like psychologically reinforcing type shit into you. You know what I mean? Reinforcing that into your psyche. Like these motherfuckers is, man, some brutal motherfuckers, man. When it comes down on this shit. I'm gonna play just like 1 more minute of this shit, man. We gonna get out of here, man.
Is still able to track them and reach those Hamas terrorists, thus weakening their ability to command their troops. In the center of Gaza City,
If they're not an army, like or like a military, how could you say they have troops? It's like these motherfuckers are just motherfuckers, like militia type motherfuckers. It sound like to me. I don't know. It's like
Hamas terrorists from the Shati battalion.
I mean, are they terrorists or are they troops? I mean, it's like it's like, are they Hamas or are they terrorists? You know what I'm saying? Because they have a name. I guess they call Hamas, right? Why are you?
Which specializes in anti-tank missiles and operations against the IDF armored core units. The IDF was able to identify their base of operations from which they carried out targeted attacks against tank and infantry units in the heart of the Gaza City area. After identifying their location using a drone, the IDF was able to close the circle and understand the big picture. Quickly after, an Israeli Air Force plane was able to identify and neutralize their base of operation and track down the remaining terror cells and neutralize them as well. Hamas can launch these missiles from a distance using a remote control. This way, it can hide them without risking the lives of its operatives, making it very hard to identify and neutralize. In the city of Jabalia, IDF soldiers are scanning every square meter in order to identify the locations of missile launchers that Hamas hid within the civilian population. Hamas has been using these missile launchers to target Israeli civilians throughout the country of Israel. This operation is very dangerous.
My thing is, how do they got footage of these motherfuckers, right? How do they got the footage of them? Hey, Shaq, does that make sense? Shaq, you hear what I just said? You hear what I just said, Shaq? Shaq, you hear me? How do they have footage of these cats, man? These are supposed to be the enemy, Hamas, all the enemies and all the terrorists. How do you got footage of these motherfuckers, man? Where did y'all obtain the footage from? Shaq, you feel me? Yo. Shaq, you hear me? Yo. My thing is, like I said, y'all, where did they get the damn footage from? I don't know. You feel me? You see what I'm saying, Shaq? This shit is crazy, man. You hear what I said? Where did they get the footage from? They got the footage of Hamas doing this and loading rocket launchers and whatever, all this shit. And they got them doing all this marching. Where did they get the footage from this motherfucker, man? So how are you taping these people? Does that make sense? Well, do you have, right? Obviously, they knew you were taping them, right? So obviously, isn't it kind of suspicious, Jack? What do you think? Just like back in the day, they used to show you footage of like Al Qaeda and all these motherfuckers, all these people. How the fuck you get footage of these motherfuckers? That's what I want to know. I'm curious. I'm a curious motherfucker. How did you film these people? Like you can't make. I mean, was it a drone or was it? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of close up though. That shit. They kind of maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a drone. Maybe I was just acting. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers got film. Like video of these people. Like what the fuck? It could be AI generated. That's what I'm saying. But not even just that, man. It could be just, you know what I'm saying, some fucking crisis actors, man. MK Ultra, true. Deep fake, it could be. I mean, it could any of that's possible, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Or just they could be deep fake. I mean, or just not. You know what I'm saying? Just some people that they paid. You know.
And is very slow, but slowly and surely, the IDF is making advances and uncovering all of the undercover terror structure that Hamas has inside the Gaza Strip. On the border with Lebanon and Syria, following a missile attack that Hezbollah carried out against IDF positions and against a patrol that was scanning the area along the border, the IDF retaliated by sending F-35 fighter jets above the skies of Lebanon in the area of Beirut. This is not just a warning, as the IDF is scanning, identifying, and destroying undercover bunkers and weapon stockpiles belonging to Hezbollah and weakening its ability to carry out additional attacks against Israel. The IDF is not only limiting its operations against Hezbollah to Lebanon, because we all know that Iran is supplying Hezbollah through Syria with additional weapons, and the IDF, together with the United States, are conducting operations above the sky of Syria. The head of the Israeli Mossad, Ronen Bar, stated that his organization, the Mossad, received its goals from this mission from the government of Israel, and he's committed to doing whatever it takes, and no matter where, in order to destroy Hamas. It can be in the Gaza Strip, in Judea and Samaria, in Lebanon against Hezbollah, in Syria, in Qatar, or even in Turkey. Israel is committed to destroying Hamas. This is day 59 in the Israel-Hamas war, and I'm Yair Pinto reporting to you from Israel. The fighting continues on Israel's northern border with Lebanon, when IDF forces are engaged in battles against the Hezbollah terror organization that is an Iranian proxy. Hezbollah carried artillery strikes against Israeli communities and IDF positions along the border with Lebanon. No injuries were reported amongst the Israeli civilians or IDF soldiers in the attacks in the past 24 hours against Misgav Am and Har Dov that are located in the north. The IDF sent an airplane in order to carry out an attack against a drone that was fired from Lebanon to Israel. This coalition that is carrying out these attacks against Israel include Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, other terrorists in Judea and Samaria, and in the wider Middle East. This coalition is led by Iran. This time, Iran sent out its proxy in Yemen, the Houthis, to carry out another attack against Israeli vessels in the Red Sea. The Houthis stated that they issued a warning against Israeli ships not to travel next to their country and next to their waters because they will carry out attacks against them. In the battle against the Houthis in Yemen, Houthi rebels stated that they carried out an attack using missiles and suicide drones against 2 Israeli ships that were navigating the waters of the Red Sea. The Houthi spokesperson stated that they issued a warning calling on the Israeli boats to turn around, and when they refused, the Houthis launched their missiles. The United States made the direct connection between Iran and the Houthis in Yemen, stating that Iran is enabling the Houthis to carry out these acts of aggression in the sea, through the air, and through other means in order to carry out attacks against Israel and others in the Middle East. The US stated that one of its warships destroyed a suicide drone in the middle of the air that was on its way to carry out an attack against 3 naval vessels in the Red Sea. IDF spokesperson Daniela Gari stated that these ships were not Israeli at all, and that this proves that Iran is seeking to destabilize the Middle East and the entire world. This is the 59th day since this war started, and it's not easy to keep fighting and to keep going for so long. In the beginning, you think that it will be a short phase, and then you realize that this thing is going to be long, and you need a really good reason to keep going and to stay motivated. For each soldier, the reasons are different. And for me, first of all, is that I know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm fighting to defend my country, and I'm fighting to defend my family. I have a wife and 3 kids waiting for me back home, and I need to protect them, and I need to do my best in order to protect myself so that I will come home safe to them. Moreover, I'm praying a lot. I pray that God will help me every day, and I pray that God will give me wisdom to make the right decisions and to be a light to the soldiers around me. This is Israel, so from what I know so far, I'm the only believer in Jesus in my base. And God is good. He's giving me opportunities to share his love with the people around me. And I think that that's something that we should always remember. No matter where we are or what we need to do, God can use us. So let's pray and ask him to encourage us and to give us the strength to do our job in the best way possible. Because everything we do for him. So thanks for listening, and thanks for, watching my videos. By the way, that is an amazing encouragement for me to read the comments and to see that so many people are praying for the peace of Israel and for the IDF soldiers during this time. So thank you so much, and keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem.
An epic journey through the most war-torn region in the world.
Chaos has suddenly expanded into a dangerous regional war with Iran on one side, Saudi Arabia on the other.
2 well-armed rivals, and neither side appears willing to back down.
The Saudis insist that Iran is a hostile, belligerent, adventurous nation attempting to export revolution around the region. How do you respond?
Talk is cheap. Saudis helps Al-Qaeda. Saudis are funding terrorists. So they started this sectarian message, not us.
The Iranians say you've been busy supporting extremism. What's your response to that?
Nonsense. The Iranians are the ones who are exporting terrorism. They're the ones who are stoking the fires of sectarianism. They are the ones who have been on an aggressive path since 1979.
From the Iranian Shia revolution that ignited the fire, to the threat felt in Saudi Arabia.
Khomeini described the rulers of the Gulf as being like the Shah, who must be toppled.
Frontline traces the roots of a deadly divide.
It is a power struggle between Iran and Saudi Arabia for dominance of the Middle East and the Muslim world.
Iranian and Saudi citizens aren't the ones that are suffering. There's been over 1 million casualties in the Middle East over the last decade. They've been Syrian, they've been Iraqi, they've been Yemeni.
As the rhetoric escalates, as the proxy wars escalate, neither side seems to appreciate that they're destroying the region.
Filmed in 7 countries with correspondent Martin Smith. Part 1 of a Frontline special series, Bitter Rivals.
I've reported from the Middle East for nearly 2 decades. Yet I've never visited Tehran before. I've come here to report on the intense rivalry between Shia Iran and its Sunni neighbor, Saudi Arabia. It's been nearly 40 years since Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini led a revolution that toppled.
This is day 59 in the Israel-Hamas war.
So this stuff is not, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to cease, man. As long as the politicians got their hand in it, man. Definitely some type of proxy war, man. That's all it is, man. They over here, miles and miles away to where we can't see what the hell's going on, man. And I'm not even gonna call it a war, man. That's two countries, man. I'm just gonna call it a conflict, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of this stuff is kind of shaky, you know what I'm saying, already. A lot of the stuff that they didn't report on this damn war any damn where it's conflict anyway. Shaq, you still there?
Yeah, I got
you. Yeah, man. What you think, man? We about to close out this bad boy, man. We've been on for a little hot minute. What you think, though, man? The little closing little thoughts about this type of shit, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on over there.
That's what I'm
They got
thinking.
internet over there, dude.
What would you say?
They got internet.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, the thing is, though, it's just like, you fighting for their freedoms, you know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not even gonna say freedoms. It's just a conflict between each other. Who's to say one of them is not free of the other? But at the same time, I know, that a lot of people in what's the name don't get treated good in Israel, especially those Ethiopian Jews. So, what about them, right? They don't get treated good at all.
Yep.
But war is a racket, man. When it comes down to war, it's all about money. Anyway, so you can kind of see why this is still kind of like going on the way it is, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised, man, for the like of me. I'm not even surprised that they're really trying to push this, all the way to the brink, man. Really trying to make it seem like, we held that they really need our help, and it's just like, I don't know, man. The reason why America don't stay out of people's business is because, they be stealing resources and stuff like that from these countries, man. So, or even doing corrupt little shady deals with these leaders. So, we all know it's something. You know what I'm saying? Something for something. This is America, man. Mostly everything ain't free. That's real shit. Word. So, Shaq, man, shout out your information, man. I'm about to take my butt to sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? Good looking out for coming on again, man. Check. Yo.
Say it again.
Yeah, I said you can shoot your information out, man.
Oh yeah, you can tap in on me on the gram, G.
Word.
The book. Get down with me.
For sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm laid back trying to let this cold run off. The head cold went off.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So basically, y'all just can't fall for the bullshit. Can't fall for the okie doke. And, y'all really just gotta stay vigilant, man. And just don't believe anything that you hear. You know what I mean? And because it's to the point where that's what they doing. They pushing that. It's to the point where they're really pushing. Just what I'm saying, just confusion on the people, man. So we just gotta stay vigilant and just stay just keep your basically, what's that called? You gotta keep your discernment up, man, and know how and who to judge, right? And know when to basically make that decision, man, and that judgment, man, call, man, and especially when it comes down to it, man. It's just like not following that voice inside, you know what I mean? Like conscious mind. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you know, people are waking up slowly, man, slowly but surely. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? The day we all wake is the day that we could actually come together, right? So, word up, man. So, yeah, man. So, Shaq, I'm going to holler at you, man. You know what I'm saying? About to get some sleep and shit. Go look out for coming through, man. And you've been on this bad word for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
All right, man. Salute. So, I'm going to holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying, Shaq? And I'm going to holler at y'all. Yeah. And I'm out. Until next time, y'all, I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all stay vigilant, man. Stay woke, man. All right. Peace.